But I do appreciate you and Mr. Higgins laying out what the facts are regarding whether or not somehow the economy is some sort of rapid decline as a result of 29 months of the Biden administration. There have, in fact, been more jobs created, 13 million additional jobs compared to the miserable experience that we had under the 4 years of the previous president. Those are facts that can be verified. We have 28 consecutive months of job growth under the failed policies of President Biden. Doesn't seem to make sense. We are at historic low record of unemployment. And for Black Americans, it is an all-time record. Hardly the characteristics of failed policies. To the contrary, in terms of growth, in terms of jobs, those are examples of where it is in fact working. And as have been pointed out here before this panel, problems of inflation are not unique to the United States, but in fact, the record of the United States is that we have done a better job of dealing with inflation than the other major economies around the world. I mean, again, Germany, France, Italy, United Kingdom have experienced far more unemployment than inflation than we have. And I would suggest that it's important to try and put this, we can go ahead on our rhetorical flourishes and talk about theories about what would work or what not, and make rhetorical attacks based on socialist policies and communism and other delusional theories. But the fact is, our democracy and its economy are doing better than any other major economy in the world. And it's time that we'll be able to reflect on the performance of the Biden administration. It seems to me, as we're talking about taxation and generating revenues, I am saddened to say that my colleagues, when they got their hands on the levers of power and be able to advance policies, one of the first policies they advanced would increase the deficit by slashing enforcement of our taxes. Now, we can debate about what the right level is and who should pay it, but I think it is unconvertible that people should pay the taxes they owe now under the existing system. And those of you who purport to represent small business, I would think that you would want to make sure that they are protected by making sure that people who owe taxes pay what they are responsible for doing. That should not be an item of contention. The lowest and less, the tax system that has the least friction is collecting the taxes that are already due and are not being paid. And sadly, the evidence is the further up the food chain you get, the richer you are, the larger the corporations, they have less compliance, not more. We ought to embrace those investments to inject a sense of fairness so that they are not disadvantaged by people who cheat. That is not in anybody's interest. Finally, it seems to me that the recent proposal from my Republican colleagues to gut the inflation reduction proposals to incent investments in alternative energy, which are working. There are billions of dollars that are being committed, largely in red states.
Things are being adjusted, and Social Security monthly recipients are expected to receive a shocking COLA increase next year. Direct payments worth $914 are expected to arrive in 8 days for many Americans. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video for the complete details. Also, in a video later today, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My dearest friends, if you'd like to enter these weekly giveaways, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Inflation is falling, and that is good news. But in a quirk of the calendar, Social Security beneficiaries are likely to miss out on another large improvement to their buying power in 2024. Just 1 year after seeing the largest annual cost of living adjustment in 4 decades, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported this week that the annual Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers, which is a standard measure covering most of the U.S. population, fell to 4% in May. That is the lowest reading in 2 years. The figure was even lower for the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. That index is one used to determine the annual cost of living adjustment for Social Security recipients. The only good news is that the pace of price growth for fixed income recipients is falling even faster than for the wider population. And given its current trajectory, the CPIW is likely to fall even further as the year progresses. The con here is that the Social Security Administration calculates the next year's cost of living adjustment using the average of the CPIW readings for July, August, and September. As a result, it is likely to capture a reading that fails to reflect the totality of outsized price increases that fixed income recipients have been experiencing since 2021, when inflation began to soar. So in a release this week, the Senior Citizens League estimated the cost of living adjustment for 2024 could be as little as 2.7%. That is a significant decrease from this year's 8.7% bump. According to the league's calculations, over the past 3 years or so, the average Social Security benefit fell behind by approximately $1,054, leaving 53% of retirees doubting they will recover because household costs rose more than the dollar amount of their cost of living adjustments. In a separate press release last month, the league calculated that the oldest Social Security beneficiaries have lost 36% of their buying power over the past 2 decades. While Americans of all ages are struggling, those over 65 years old often have an even harder time because they usually live on a fixed income, unable to increase their paychecks with overtime or bonuses. The problem will become more widespread in the coming years as more baby boomers who began turning 65 in 2011 join the ranks of the retired. Mary Johnson, policy analyst with the league, said that without a policy intervention from federal lawmakers, she doubts a full catch-up will ever occur. Johnson said, while the rate of price increases has slowed, they're still higher than they were at the start of the inflationary period, much higher. So dear friends, what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know how inflation has affected your finances. Recipients of the Supplemental Security Income Program are due to receive their checks, worth up to $914 for individual filers in only 8 days. This payment, which will be sent out on Friday, June 30th, is the second payment for June. There is some variation in the amount received, depending on whether a recipient is an individual filer, a joint filer, or essential person. Individual filers will receive $914 each month. Eligible couples will receive $1,371, and essential persons who live with people receiving SSI payments and provide them with necessary care receive a monthly payment of $458. So SSI payments are given on top of regular Social Security benefits. providing monthly payments to adults and children with disabilities and limited income. 12 SSI payments are sent out per year, but due to the placement of holidays and weekends, some months see 2 payments, while others receive none. June is one such month, and recipients will receive 2 payments. Well, my wonderful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. My dearest friends, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. Please make sure you enter these weekly giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.